What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Refinement. My name is Chris. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's episode, I'm going to go over 3 ways I grew to over 100 sales per day on eBay. So please smash the like button. Consider subscribing if you guys like this type of information. First thing I want to get into is learning how to use the performance tab. This is step number 1. So go to ebay.com, click on performance, go down to traffic. And then this will tell you how many sales you had in the last 30 days, your average click-through rate, and then your average sales conversion rate. What that means is I had 112,000 people come to my store last month, 3,286 items sold, 0.2% of people clicked on it when they had the impression. So I had 52 million impressions, but only 112,000 people actually clicked, and almost 3% of people converted. So I'm going to go over what this page means, but it's the main reason why I was able to grow my sales. So you can see here from a month ago all the way till now, my impressions have remained relatively the same. They're only up 7%, but my sales are totally different because my conversion rate is higher. A month ago, I was only maybe at 2.6% conversion, and it went up, and I'll show you why it went up in just a moment. But this chart is really revealing because you can see here in the beginning of the last 30 days, my sales were random. Here's I have 69 days. This is 69 sales a month ago, but look at how dramatic it was on June 16th. 157 sales in the day before, only 61, and the day after, only 69. So you can see that the sales went up and down. And after June 20th, the sales have been much more stable, and I'll go over why that is. But I haven't had any days under 100 sales for almost 2 weeks now. And the main reason is because I went back and fixed and improved my old listings. So sometimes people go back and delist, relist, but I actually went back and corrected thousands of mistakes that a virtual assistant made for listing. I hired out a bunch of different services to build up my store, and they made literally thousands of mistakes. So I had to go back and fix those. As I'm correcting those old ones, and I'm continuing listing more than 200 items a day, my sales have really grown. So I want to plug my mentorship right now. So this video is sponsored by my mentorship that I do with Tech and Sports. Between the two of us, this year we'll do $3 million in sales, and we have over 50,000 items on eBay. So that's a lot. We can teach you how to resell. That's a lot of items and a lot of sales. We can teach you how to fish. So if you join our Patreon, and for some reason your sales do not go up, you can just ask for your money back, and we'll give you your money back, no questions asked. Over 1,000 people are in this group, so it's been going great. A lot of people are learning a lot of things. The Facebook group is where people talk about Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, Amazon, whatever you're into. Everyone in there has the same purpose, which is to grow their sales. So I've taken a lot of tips from inside that group to grow my store. But again, nothing has been more effective than looking at the traffic tab and looking at things that I do and seeing, does it increase the conversion? eBay is going to give you a certain amount of traffic, but can you actually convert those into sales? So once the impressions come in, you can do 2 things. You can fix or improve old listings, or you can list more in-demand items. So because it's summertime, I am heavily listing shorts, and almost all of those sell immediately. I'm selling shorts at competitive prices, sandals, t-shirts, stuff that people want to wear. In case you guys have forgotten, we were in a pandemic for a long time, so now people are wanting to get out and go do things again. So shorts are converting really, really well for me. It's my top category right now. So once you're in this, you can also download your traffic report. You can also download your listing quality report. Both of those reports will go into in a different video, but they tell you exactly how you do in your category. I sell now in only 6 categories. So as random as you guys know me, I'm like the king of squirrel brain. I only sell in 6 categories now. That's another reason why my sales are way up, because I'm getting better and better at my category. And this is gonna lead into number 2, which is learn how buyers shop. So I'm listing my death pile a little bit each day, and my death pile is mainly shoes. So this is a pair of shoes that I sold pair of Air Jordan 7s. I sold it for more money than everybody else in this category, and I want to show you guys why. It's because I personally really like shoes, so I understand what people are looking for. So if I was looking for the style code, which is how I personally shop for shoes, I look for the item, I type in the model of what I'm looking for, and I pull it up. So as a buyer, I can see there's 61 results on eBay. My size is size 12. So I'm listing a lot of my personal collection too, because at this point, I don't care anymore. I just want to have a big store. So I'm just trying to eliminate and sell everything that I own essentially. So size 12 is only 11 pairs available. You can see here, I sold my pre-owned pair for $159, and it outsold all of these other ones, and I'll explain to you why these other ones did not sell. So if you scroll down, I look for ones that maybe eBay likes. So this one, you can see 11 watchers, right? So a lot of people are looking at this, but no one's buying it at $129.99. So after doing this research, I decided to list mine at the top of the market. And the reason why I wanted to list it at the top of the market is because my listing is better. Okay, I believe that my photos are better. You can see every single detail on the shoe. I photographed the bottoms, I photographed the wear, and mine are in excellent condition, but I'm really giving the customer confidence because I have the authentication guarantee. I have cheap shipping, $7.99 for a pair of shoes. I'm gonna lose a couple of bucks. I have the authenticity guarantee. I'm top rated seller. People are gonna be very confident. And I don't even have a complicated description. I just say that they're in excellent condition. But I have really good photos and I have an excellent title. So I'm going to show you guys how I built this. So I looked here and I decided that this one in the center caught my attention the most because it has 11 watchers. Okay, and they're charging a little bit too much for shipping, $17.20. I feel like shipping would be a little bit less, maybe more competitive around $15. But you can see almost everyone is charging a lot for shipping. So I click on it. First thing right off the bat, I notice they don't put the word Nike in there. I add Nike, even if it's Jordan, because I feel like it ranks better. Somebody might type in Nike Jordan 7, and this one might not show up because there's no Nike in the title. Also, there's no word shoes and there's no word sneakers. So someone that is looking for Air Jordan Sneakers 7, this might not pop up. So their title is not optimized. I have all of those words: sneakers, shoes, Nike, and I even put the name of the shoe, which is Barcelona Knights. So retro refers to a remake. So these shoes have been remade and they're a newer release. So I use sell similar. So I click sell now, and I'll tell you guys what VAs do that screwed up my store. So let's go ahead and click on sell now. So this is you taking the information from eBay. So if you scroll down here, and you'll see there's missing information. The color's not here, the department's not here, the type's not here, and this right here, basketball shoes, this is something that virtual assistants do because they don't know. They're not an expert in the category. There's actually no drop down for basketball shoes. So if somebody uses left-hand navigation, let's go back to the search really quick. If you go back to the search, if somebody on the left-hand navigation types in the category, let's see, that particular listing would not have showed up because it put basketball shoes, and basketball shoes is not one of the categories on left-hand navigation. So if you type in basketball shoes and somebody types in sneaker on the left-hand navigation, your listing will not show up. Virtual assistants are not experts in their category, so they're going to enter in or make up item specifics, and you're going to spend thousands of hours fixing that. That's why I don't recommend cross-listing either, because if you cross-list, different platforms have different item specifics, so you're kind of poorly listing your item on multiple platforms instead of just one. Okay, so I used this listing and I actually missed it. I'll show you in just a second, but you can see here that it's missing a bunch of these items. So already I know this person's listing is not going to sell very well because they're missing information. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of this. And I'm going to show you if you sold similar off of my listing, look how different it would be. If you click sell a similar listing on mine and you scroll down, it's going to be different. It's going to have the style, which is wrong. So actually it should have been sneaker. But you can see it pulls up multicolor, men, and athletic. So that means I ranked in 4 more categories than the previous person. So mine had much better visibility, and That's probably the reason mine sold for more money, and mine sold and all those other ones didn't sell. I got the most money and mine sold right away. So you need to learn how buyers shop on eBay in your category. I'll give you some more examples of other shoes that I sold. Let's see here. Sold these Air Force One Mark Smiths for $2,500. So what you want to do again, I used to be the white background guy. I loved white background, but I decided that gray background, you can see the details a little bit better. Also, I did cheat a little bit. All of my shoe pictures are taken outside. So because a lot of my shoes are ridiculously expensive, I want to get the best lighting possible. So all of these pictures are taken outside. I have an indoor outdoor carpet from Home Depot. Go to Home Depot, get the indoor outdoor carpet. I took these pictures outside in the shade, and I think that they're 10 out of 10. They could be the pure white background like Flight Club. So let me give you guys an example. If I type in this shoe and it'll come up on StockX or GOAT, and you can see the stock photo, right? It's white. The shoe looks amazing, but honestly, that's a stock photo. It looks better, in my opinion, in daylight. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. But honestly, daylight photos, you can't beat them. I also heard Harry Tornado talk about it on his channel. So if you guys follow him, he talks about using daylight to really have the shoe pop. Also, these are pre-owned. Okay, so I know customers want to know all of the details. So to give the customer confidence, you can see this really super close up on the heel. There is very slight heel drag on these shoes. They're not new. Okay, so I put pre-owned. If you guys you pump up your item, if I sold this as brand new, it would be returned. For sure, because someone paying this much money wants to know every single detail on the shoe. And if you lie about the condition, it's a 100% coming back. So it's very, very important to understand what shoe people are looking for if you're in the shoe category. I have all the nicknames. This one I ran out of room, so I didn't put shoes and sneakers. But I know that the person that's looking for this probably knows or likes Mark Smith. The person that bought this pair of shoes actually already has 2 of these pairs of shoes. This is his 3rd pair. So I understand the collector because I used to be a collector myself, right? Here's another pair of LeBrons. So this pair sold for $2,000. Essentially what I did was I know that the black and red combo is nicknamed Bread. I know this is a sample. I know this is a player PE. PE stands for player exclusive. Dead stock these ones are actually new, so I might put dead stock or DS. And again, you want to give your buyers confidence. If you're selling sneakers and you say it's a promo sample, it better be a sample. This is a sample logo, right? This was never released to the public. So do the details, show the bottoms to let customers know it's actually new, right? And again, this depends on your specific category. Every category that I sell in now, I want to dominate. I want to be the best. So I want to know all of these details. Here's another pair of LeBrons. I pulled up this information from Google because there's actually a pair for sale at Sotheby's for $3,500. I didn't sell mine for that much money because they're pre-owned and they're also yellowed. The pair that's for sale at Sotheby's is mint. There's no yellowing on it. They stored it properly. This person did not store their shoes properly. And correction, it was not Sean Carter. It's actually one of LeBron's friends. So this pair, I incorrectly did the description, but this pair is not only worn, it's yellowed. I think I sold it for $1,800, so I didn't quite get it what I asked for on this one, but still got a decent amount for it, and I described it. Yellowing throughout outsole, please review photos. These are from 2004 and were made for LeBron. I put important information in the condition because it shows up on mobile. Okay, so it's important for you guys to understand this. This is why I don't recommend listing on mobile, because you can't add that information. Okay, so I recommend you list from a computer so that you can optimize the listing and give people the best chance of people buying stuff from you. So here's another one. I think that there is a really good artwork on the shoebox, so I included that in the profile picture. And I feel like I'm getting way more money than the other people in my category, and my items sell faster just because the presentation is as good as I can make it. I have all the nicknames, I have the size, I have the brand, the collaborations in there. If I had more room, I would put in sneaker and shoes, but people who are looking for these, that's the keywords they were looking for. And if you look at my solds, which are hidden, by the way. So the way that you would check out what I sell is you would go to my feedback, and then you would click. I guess you would go through my feedback and look one by one and try to hopefully reverse engineer what kind of items I sell. But again, my solds are hidden, and the reason I do that is because I don't really want people knowing my top sellers. You would have to manually figure it out. You have to click in here and see, oh wow, he sold a Gal Meets Glam dress for $59. Put that in your reseller Rolodex and start looking for dresses. I think it's pretty obvious at this point, but one of the categories I'm trying to dominate is dresses. Okay, and I feel like the more I know about them, right? I know that fit and flare sometimes is interchangeable with A-line, but I'm really studying dresses because I would like to dominate this category. I'm currently not dominating it. I'm doing okay. It's going to take a long time before I become an expert in dresses. Maybe a couple of years, maybe 10 years. It's okay. I like the category, and there's a lot of home runs in this category. Where I live, there's not a lot of vintage stuff that I can find. Vintage is a great category, but I can't really seem to find it. So I'm going to try to look for dresses which are plentiful where I live. You got to figure out what it is near you and get after it. Here's another pair of Reebok Twilight Zones. I just think it's important to put in here the best photos you can, the best title you can. See how I'm using all 12 photos. It's important to do the best job you can. I let collectors know the box is damaged because I understand the buyer. So whatever category you're in, collectors are often excellent resellers because they know what they're looking for, so they put the right words in it. So replenishables. These are going to pop up as you become a reseller. So in our group, we do post things that you should be on the lookout for. I wanted to show the difference on this. So obviously I could have used, why did I choose to take this picture with my hand in it? And the reason I did that is because people who sell Pokemon stuff know there's a lot of fraud and there's a lot of fakes and there's a lot of BS that happens in this category. So I'm just taking a picture of me literally holding it. You can see my toes in the picture because I actually have these, right? So it's important to let the customers know who is your customer. The person that's buying these Pokemon cards from me wants to know I have them. Okay, that's the number one thing. I don't need a fancy title. I don't need fancy pictures because they just want, I don't even think I have a description. I even have the wrong description. I put here all items cleaned per eBay standards and stored in a pet-free, smoke-free environment. Obviously, but this is not a pre-owned piece of clothing. But look, I didn't even put any information in here. It doesn't matter. It just matters to the customer that I have it and it's actually brand new. So I like to take a picture of the seal. There's a lot of Pokemon cards that are fake sealed. So perhaps somebody who buys Pokemon cards would know this is a legit Pokemon set, right? So it's important to really understand what you are selling and really get into it. So last thing, master consistency. If you guys are still here, please smash the like button. I put a lot of time into these videos, even though I don't have very much. If you guys have noticed, my baby is right here. I have a 3-month-old, and for some reason the baby doesn't wake up when I'm talking, so I decided I'm gonna make some videos at night with her sleeping. Something about my voice maybe puts her to sleep. I know some people listen to me to fall asleep, so whatever kind of value I can provide you, that's fantastic. I'm not gonna start an ASMR channel. So I know there's a lot of requests for that, but I don't know how to do it. So no ASMR here. Master consistency. I have about 1,200 drafts right now, which is about 6 days of drafts for me. And I actually want to reduce that to around 600 because it's kind of scary having that many drafts because it stops at 1,000. So you can't even see the drafts once they're beyond 1,000. And if you wait over 30 days, the pictures in your drafts will stop being hosted by eBay and you'll have to re-upload the photos. So it's just not a good idea to keep too many drafts. So I want to reduce it to 600. And that just gives me some leeway. If somebody doesn't show up to work, you guys know we list 280 items Monday through Friday every single day. Personally, I can list 80 items, ship 80 items, do that all on my own. I'll give you guys another example. In the Facebook group, I actually posted myself. Let me see if I can pull it up. I posted myself shipping. Let me get it right here. So this is me in real time shipping. So I shipped 10 items in 7 minutes. So it's really important to time yourself when you're doing specific processes to make sure that you are getting the most out of your day. So a lot of people think that I work on eBay all day. I don't. I have multiple businesses, and I spend the majority of my time with this little nugget because people told me that I'm going to miss it if I don't spend a lot of time at home. So I'm spending a ridiculous amount of time at home, and I still get 280 listings up a day. And honestly, I still have plenty of time to list because the baby sleeps most of the day. I'm making a YouTube video right now. So anyway, I just want people to think that, I wrote this in our street cred. The biggest misconception online is that big stores don't have work-life balance. I don't agree with that. I have a big store. I feel like my work-life balance is on point. I have time to exercise. I spend time with my family. I could actually take a day off because I have drafts, right? I could take 6 days off anytime I want because I have 1,200 drafts. Can you take 6 days off with a small store? Probably not, because there's no room. You don't have any processes in place to take any time off. So I don't want to beat you guys up over that. I just want you to list at least one item manually every day. Don't use a VA. Don't use any software. Don't use InkFrog. Don't use List Perfectly and list in multiple platforms. Just list on one platform, one per day manually. And don't make me get started on cross-listing. I don't cross-list anymore. My sales have exploded. I don't know, I know that, a lot of people think that they can't do it, but I'm here to tell you that you can do it. It just takes longer than you think, and it also takes more focus than you think. You've got to get in here and figure out how eBay works. And the best way to do that is to list one item manually each day. Go to ebay.com, click this button, create listing, right here. Type in whatever you're selling, click get started, and complete the process from A to Z. That's it. Do that every single day for a year and you're going to kill it. The thing is, people get fancy, including me. I'm the fanciest guy on eBay. I've tried every single possible thing, and now I realize you don't need anything. All you need is the sun. My daylight pictures, guys, this piece of carpet I took these pictures on cost $20 at Home Depot, and I use the sun. The sun is free. This is a $20 setup, and I consider these some of the best photos I've ever taken. For $20. You don't need anything fancy, and you don't need any tools. Just use eBay's listing tool, ebay.com, click create your listing, and I have it bookmarked, but I use templates personally here to list items because these are the categories that I can sell in. These are not the categories I focus in. I only focus in 6, and I gave away one of them already, which is women's dresses. But I'd rather not tell everybody exactly what I'm doing because I don't want all 80,000 subscribers to sell in the same categories as me. Call me selfish, but I'm trying not to give away the entire farm. But if you guys see value in what I'm teaching you and you learn how to use the performance tab, you will be fine. You'll have more sales than 90% of eBay sellers who never use any of this stuff. So I appreciate you guys. Join our Facebook group. I really appreciate it. I appreciate everyone joining, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care.